of my gallery is that we are presenting artists coming from graffiti, skate, underground and street culture, and that's the main difference, because I think we're the only one on the fair doing that. There might be one or two pieces from artists coming from that background, but mainly, I mean, I believe it's one of the only real art movement globally. I mean, on the world scale.
We are interested in two different lines of artists. Our program has two different lines. One is that we are interested in artists who reflect a little bit the society, their environment, the things which are around all of us, and another line is artists who are reflecting their own conditions of their own media. So we have a more, say, intellectual line of artists, and another group of artists who are more directly confronted with our society.
This is the first time we're coming to Art Brussels, and it's our third international fair in Europe. Well, I think the interest is more concentrated in young, maybe in young artists, while in Spain the interest is concentrated in very important international artists. So we are happy because our artists are really young, and here people have took their time to visit our booth and to see the pieces.
We are mainly promoting young artists, and that's like because we are also young, like Delphine and me. We are between 28 and 38 age. So and all the artists of the gallery are mainly in between these two ages. So I think it's quite young and quite fresh, and we are not so common with like the real well-known artists, but we try to do our best that they come in international daylight.
What's my impression?
Yeah.
I mean, of the 50th, I have no impression on that. This is my second fair altogether, so I can't compare it to anything basically. I've only done 2 fairs, which was Art Brussels last year and this year. I'm very happy with the way it went. The reaction to this fair, I guess, was so positive that I've sold almost everything I have in the booth.
For us it was a very successful fair, so we were very happy about the numbers of visitors and the nationality of the visitors, and of course also about our sales.
Our impression is that there is a lot of collectors here in Brussels, and there has been coming lots of collectors, international collectors, to our booth here. But there has not been a lot of sales still. But our impression is good. There have been some sales and good contacts and several collectors.
I think it's quite a high level of quality, and we are happy that we participated. It's from collectors. It's maybe a little bit slower than last year. Maybe through the weather, I don't know, it can be a lot of reasons. But anyway, we are happy, and we are happy to do an interesting fair also in our own country. I think it's always interesting to be in our home-based country also. And we will continue with doing our Brussels.
Like any other city, there are very interesting things, and there's some things I don't like as much, and I think it's starting to be open to new stuff, considering that we are presenting something quite new, and well, not new, but quite fresh in Brussels. We are pretty much showing only artists that are coming from the graffiti and the underground cultures, and we had a very good welcoming in the city, so I guess the art scene is getting wider and more open to new stuff.
It's very international, the whole art scene, and we know a lot of Belgian art collectors, and I think German art collectors know a lot of Belgian artists, so I think it's a big mixture of everything.
I don't think it's very interesting to do another Biennale here in Belgium. I think there's a lot of possibilities already in Belgium. We have in Gent a high-level museum, SMAC. We have Muka in Antwerp. We have an Ostend museum, and I think it's just taking like a lot of budget from the art budget from the government, and I'm not sure if it's worthwhile to do another biennale, because we have the dividement of Belgium in like with all the different governments, and like every government wants to do something with culture. Culture is mainly used last years to do promotion for politicians, and I'm not for this.
Really don't think it's necessary unless it's really a new concept of biennale, since there is so many biennales around the world, and really people are beginning to lose interest and they don't know which biennale are really interesting and which not. So I think there are too many things, and it's good. There have to be something very different to be interested.
To be honest, I think I'm too young and fresh in the business to have an opinion on that, because I'm very concentrating on trying to set up my own little gallery and try to develop the work of the artists who are very young artists as well. So I'm not very concentrating on what's going on in the other bigger spheres. So I'm probably not the right person to ask.
Generally, we work with them on a long-term relationship, and with the young artist, we are working with the exclusivity, and we are producing the works normally for our exhibitions, and then we have them in our stock. So we're not very much interested in only projects with artists.
No, our plan is to really work and build a good, a long-lasting relationship, and we work very close with the artists. I guess every young gallery has the plan to build long-lasting relationships when they're working with young artists. But so we do produce a lot of the work, and
we have a very strong relationship with our Spanish artists. We work with them in a long time career. We produce their pieces, and we don't like to work with artists only to work for a solo show or only for a fair. We work in a long-term basis, and we have several international artists, not only Spanish, and we try to work with them the same way to the Spanish one. But we also work through their galleries, their international galleries, so that there are their galleries who produce their work. So we only produce our Spanish artists' work.
We work in long term. We are a promotional gallery, and we have the production of new works and storage and everything, and we work with 15 artists, and we want to keep them as long as possible, of course. And we are not planning to take a lot more in this moment, so we really want to make time for the artists themselves.